Hey, this video is for lyrics. I've listened to your video, listened to Shafe's video, listened to your video, listened to Shafe's video again, and now here we are. I wanted to chime in respectfully and share something with the audience and with y'all. I'm on the spectrum, and my particular condition is probably closer to akin to Asperger's. I believe I'm very high functioning, but also I understand the parent thing. While my experience isn't the same, my daughter, when my daughter specifically, not so much my nephews at this point. I don't know. I don't have them right now. They're with grandma and grandpa, and anyway, parents of gifted children, and I use I put you in that same category. They can be so terribly annoying, and to lyrics, it's exactly like what you said, and I think it's because they're going through their own shit, or in the case of, you know, other capable children, or in my case, say gifted children, they almost live vicariously through their parent, or the parents almost live vicariously through their kids, or in the case of other capable children, it's like you said. I mean, you're going through it because I can't tell you shit. Something that helped me, and it put it through in a way that made sense, and this piggybacks off of Shafe's latest video, which I'll put in the description below. It's a book, and it's a book that you can read and use as a tool. My dad used to use it as a punchline to a joke, because that's just kind of his style. Whenever he saw somebody being a dick, he'd say, "Oh, that person could use a copy of How to Win Friends and Influence People." Well, I was in CBT, the cognitive behavioral therapy, and they recommend me read this book, and I had to laugh, so I read it. And in the beginning, they have there's actually an instruction on how you're supposed to read it, and for me, it was important to follow the instruction and read it the way that Dale Carnegie, the author, intended. Because what you do is you read it through twice, actually. The first time, you mark. You have a pen and a highlighter out, and you mark the points that you find are interesting, or the points that you believe apply to you. Then, when you come through the second time, you see where those points are. You take a look at it again, and you can either underline it or highlight it. Now, with the dot, like if you see something that's really, really important when you're going through first, you can also underline then, and then you go back and highlight it when you read it the second time. But just as Shafe says, and to reinforce that, people love talking about themselves. And that book, for me, gave me the tools to, I don't want to say almost unlock that, but it made the process of relationship for me make sense. So, where I'm going with all this, it gives you the chance to find the other person who's looking for the same thing and doing the same thing for you. There's something that stuck with me a long time, and it's an outtake from the movie Pulp Fiction. And when Vince Vega goes to meet Mia Wallace, she has all these questions for him. And one of the questions, there are a bunch of interesting questions. It's a great video. And I'm sure you can find the link on YouTube. You know what? Fuck it. I'll find the link and put it in the description. So she says, so tell me, Vincent, are you the type of person who listens? Or are you the type of person that waits to talk? He thinks about it for a second. And he says, I'm the type of person who waits to talk. And then he pauses for a minute. And he says, but I want to be the type of person who listens. And then after that, they go to Jack Rabbit Slims, and the rest is history. That changed me when I saw that. I saw that outtake. Probably, it wasn't when it first came out. You know, when it first came out, I'm old enough to and lucky enough to have actually seen that in the theater. But the outtake was probably a few years later. I watched it on golly, it was actually DVD. It was a DVD era, but I was lucky enough to watch that with my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife. We both saw that together. Of course, it seems like I don't always take that advice with her, which is strange because I love her. And when you love someone, you'd certainly want to listen to what they have to say, not just wait to talk. Okay, so homework. Dale Carneghe, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I would say do not just go to the audiobook if you're so inclined, because you can't do that highlight method. And there's something I think about interacting with the physical copy that helped me. All right, bro. Good looking out. I don't ask for much in return other than, play some guitar. or I'm gonna sing. I thought of a song that I hadn't thought of in a while, except for those last couple of weeks, because, man, this shit's just been driving me up a wall. It's Dead Horse by Guns N' Roses. You know, it's like, let me see if I can do it. I got nothing to tone against. Nobody's playing guitar. No fucking keyboard player. That could be why. I'm sick of this life. Not that you care. And I'm not the only one with whom these feelings I share. Maybe if I look real hard, I'd see you're trying to figure out this life and what we're all going through. All right, man. Keep banging.